Okay, we here. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
Say hi, Patrick. Hi, Rolly. Yo. Oh, that's my Asian study class, guys. Yo. So I think most of you mainly know about my country through this.
Chiến tranh có thể kéo dài 5 năm, 10 năm, 20 năm hoặc lâu hơn nữa. Hà Nội, Hải Phòng và một số thành phố kia có thể bị đàn áp. Song nhân dân Việt Nam quyết không sợ. Không có gì quý hơn độc lập tự do.
Or through this. However, that is just only in the past, and now I'm gonna take you guys to the modern Vietnam. This is Mr. Lee from Asian Study class in Killarney Secondary School.
My name is Sandra Vu, and I teach home economics at Killarney Secondary.
My name is Chan Vong. I am a teacher at Killarney Secondary, a math teacher and a work experience teacher. And I've been at this school for about 15 years and have been teaching for about 18 years now.
Hi, I'm Ms. North, a teacher librarian here at Killarney Secondary School. I've had the pleasure of teaching and working with students and staff here for 14 years.
My name is Miss Du, and I am a math teacher, and I've been teaching for a long time.
Have you ever traveled to Vietnam before?
I have traveled to Vietnam. I traveled there about 3 summers ago in the summer of 2019, and we went with my family, so I went with my wife and my 2 children.
Yes, let me recall back my favorite overseas trip, 2002, mountain bike through Cambodia, Vietnam, and Laos, and a little bit of Thailand for 2 months. And the latter half, 3.5 weeks, was spent in Cambodia. Sorry, in Vietnam.
Yes, I have been there one time a few years ago to Da Nang.
Are you Vietnamese, or do you have any Vietnamese relatives?
I am, I guess, what you would call the Hua. Is it Hua?
Yes,
Hua?
that's
It's
right.
Vietnamese Chinese.
Yes.
So my family is, we are of Chinese background. My grandparents moved from China to Vietnam, and my parents' generation and my generation, we were all born in Vietnam. And I still have some relatives living in Vietnam currently.
So could you talk more about your ethnicity,
How so do you mean?
like deeper?
Oh, okay.
About the
I don't
ethnicity?
know it in too much detail, but my grandparents moved into Vietnam from China because to escape the communist government there, only for the communist government to take over Vietnam. But they went there, I would probably say in their 20s.
I myself was born in Canada. Both of my parents were born in Vietnam, but both of their parents were born in China. My parents' parents moved themselves from China into Vietnam and then had my parents.
Why did you or your parents choose to leave Vietnam and immigrate to Canada?
My parents fled the war, so they were part of the boat people refugees. They landed in a refugee camp. I believe it was Malaysia, and they were sponsored by a Canadian family to come to Canada. That's how they ended up.
Why did you choose Vietnam as a tourist?
We decided to go there because when I turned 50, my wife and I agreed that we would be able to go on one family trip of our choice. So my wife, when she turned 50, she decided that she wanted to go across Canada. We went across Canada by train. And when I turned 50, I said, I really want to go to Southeast Asia. I've been to Southeast Asia before, but I haven't been to Vietnam, and I had been to Cambodia. So my choice was to go to Cambodia and then to Vietnam.
It's got a deep history of sorrow and sadness, and I find the people are so much more, there's more depth of culture.
Really, I've seen a lot of pictures of, from my friends and whatnot, and they've been to Da Nang, and it's really, really pretty. The beaches are really pretty. The hotel is really pretty. So that's why we decided to go. We did an Asia trip, so we visited like Singapore, and on my way back to Hong Kong, then we want to go visit Vietnam just for a few days and just check out the place. It's really nice.
How do you feel about the people and the environment over there?
I think the thing I noticed about Vietnam the most was that the people were very friendly and very welcoming. But we never felt unsafe, and we were able to walk around at night. And if we ever needed help from people, they were more than.
Things were cleaner. The machines, even in Vietnam, the sugarcane machines were shiny and new, whereas in Cambodia they're all battered, probably the leftovers. And both people were equally amazed. It was just a real colorful, vibrant awakening of people and smells and culture.
Right? I guess it's a mix. Like, I think there's good things and there's bad things. Like, the environment's really friendly, it's welcoming. Like, the living there is very fun. People are a little laid back. It's a different sort of environment than here in some cases. But there are still some bad things I notice, because I've been back to Vietnam a few times. And over the years, my most recent time was 3 years ago, but prior to that, it was 12 years. It was about 12 years. So I think the thing that is still not great is that people still do kind of get ripped off in Vietnam, right? Like with maybe some aspects of the culture, or not the culture, but the living in that country or being in that country. But in general, people are very helpful, right? But I think this question's kind of mixed. There's good and bad.
The people are friendly, but I couldn't communicate with them too much because a lot of them don't speak English. But in general, they are very friendly. They're really nice.
So from your time in Vietnam, what did you enjoy the most about it?
The Vietnam War and the rise of communism in Vietnam, those are all really interesting topics, especially if you're interested in history. So there's a lot of kind of public, there's a lot of museums that will kind of share those experiences. You can go on specific tours, and also even in some of the cities, they had like little placards or notice boards where you could actually read, and it would give you a little bit of the history of the area. I think anywhere in Vietnam anywhere in Southeast Asia, and Vietnam is no exception, is the food is really is outstanding.
It's the people are very friendly, okay? And again, most people are friendly. 20 years ago, it was way different. So nowadays, people are more friendly. People are more aware of outside cultures, people who visit. So as a tourist, I guess I would be considered a tourist. As tourists going in, they are more aware of maybe some of our common practices, the expectations for behavior, conduct and stuff. So I find people they deal with us more in a friendly manner and a welcoming manner.
Family of 6 on their bike. This is the family I met, and they invited me home to their home, and I was helping teach English to the father, who was a teacher, and he was teaching me Vietnamese. And they just ride alongside me for 1 or 2 hours, and the people were incredible, and stayed overnight at 2 locals' homes, and just really enjoyed connecting with the locals and speaking the language a little.
Because we stayed there only for a few days, we didn't really go to too many places. We kind of just enjoyed the swimming pool and the beaches around our hotel. We did travel to a market, and that was really neat. We really liked the market. There's like a lot of different fruit and different like stalls and whatnot. So there are like little souvenirs that we got. I think what really leave an impression of Vietnam is actually the traffic. It is crazy. I'm like, I remember we tried to cross the street to go to the market, and it probably took us 10 minutes because we were like unsure how to cross. And I thought, I'm gonna die. I was like, oh my goodness. And then we're like, every time like, oh, maybe we should go. And we were like, maybe we shouldn't. And then like, I thought I was gonna die, but we're like, but we really wanna go. So we end up just going. So that is really scary for me. But everything else is great. I love the food there.
Do you feel welcome when you go there? Do the people treat you well?
The people were really nice to us. Like I said, we do have a language barrier, so it's harder to communicate with them, but they seem very welcoming, very friendly, and they were really nice to the tourists. Yeah, so I don't feel like unsafe or anything other than the traffic. Like I don't feel unsafe or like any hostility. It was good.
If you've had the opportunity to live and work in Vietnam, would you do it? Why or why not?
I think I really enjoy the food, the culture, but I think the main thing that would deter me from going to be living in Vietnam would be, I guess, number one, making a living. Like, for example, if I couldn't get a teaching job here, then maybe it would be good for me to go to Vietnam and teach at an international school or teach English. But I don't know if I could, having worked in Canada, go back to Vietnam and expect to make the same salary. Even though standard of living is cheaper there. And the one major thing that gets me also is the weather and the climate. I can't be in that humid, hot temperature for that long.
I don't think I would. I think just from the traffic thing, like I'm really, I was really scared, and I don't know how to get around to different places without being able to comfortably, like, cross the street and whatnot. I wouldn't mind going there to travel again and visit other cities because I heard there are some really nice sites to visit. But working, no, I don't.
What changes have you seen over the years in Vietnam?
I think the main thing I've seen over the years is the improved economic success and growth of Vietnam. So it's like, if you look at all your tags and all this of your clothes and everything you use on a daily basis, a lot of stuff is from Vietnam. Like a lot of our spices that we use, food products, clothing is from Vietnam. So I think Vietnam is definitely moving sort of from a developing country, and they're in the direction of becoming a developed country, which is, I think it's good.
A lot more tourism. I think tourism has always been high standards in Vietnam, not so much in Cambodia. But I think probably more population.
Okay. I haven't been to Vietnam more than once. However, I do know that I've chatted with some people that went to Vietnam in the 1990s, and that was just as Vietnam was opening up and being more open to like foreign tourists and making it easier for people to travel. And they do know.
Baby, let me know.